Hi, my name is Amanda Rocha. I am an estate planning and probate attorney in California, and today we are going to talk about whether your property, community property or separate property, is changed when you put it into your joint trust with your spouse. Before I get into that, I want to give you my contact information. You can find me on my website at www.amandarocalaw.com. You can comment down below, as always, or follow along on social media at Amanda Rocha Law, basically every platform. So, story time. I have clients, current and past, and I'm sure future, who have multiple different kinds of property in their estate. That's community property if you're married, separate property if you have property from prior to marriage or an inheritance during your marriage, and sometimes it's joint property with other people who are not your spouse, so it's not community property. It's your separate property jointly with another, if that makes sense. So the question I get oftentimes is, can I only put my community property in my trust, or can I put everything I own in the trust, especially if the trust is joint with your spouse? So to answer that, you can put any property you have an interest in your joint trust, and that does not change the nature of your ownership or of your spouse's ownership in that property. So for example, let's say you are married and you have a community property bank account, so regular checking, savings, and maybe you also own a home together. And separately, you received an inheritance from a parent and you've got a bank account that's separate for that. And maybe you also own a home with your siblings that was from one of your parents as well, but your spouse's name is not on that. What happens to all of that? Well, you can put your interest of all of that in your joint trust. Your spouse will put their interest of whatever they have in there as well. And going forward, when you pass away, your trust will dictate where your property is going. So unlike passing away without a trust, this will not have to go through probate. Your property, if it's properly funded in your trust, will go to whoever you say it's going to go to. And your spouse will not gain control of your property that they do not already have an interest in, unless you are giving them an interest in it when you pass away. So basically the answer is a trust doesn't change the nature of ownership. If you have this kind of situation or something I haven't discussed, please let me know. You can comment down below. You can follow along on my social media at Amanda Rocha Law. Comment on one of those videos or send me a direct message, or you can go on my website, www.amandarocalaw.com, and schedule an intake with me. They're always free. I will answer any questions that I could possibly answer, and we could talk about your estate.